Let you know, man, you are really encouraging me, motivating me, inspiring me. God is really using you to help me out.
Family, you guys are so amazing. I'm Mr. AOS Inspires. This is AOS the podcast. Listen, I'm really hoping that this episode will help some men and change some women's lives. I want to talk about it's hard. It's hard, especially in relationships. This is a very key one. Why? Because oftentimes you get so emotional, women. You get so emotional, you say things and you really don't understand the effects of your words. Fellas, you say things and you really don't understand the effects of your words. I'm hoping that this podcast, this episode in particularly, will help a relationship out or help somebody else out. Maybe you're going to share this with somebody and, their relationship is on the rocks. Or maybe the person that they're with is thinking about leaving them and you share this with them like, yo, let me change up my style. Let me switch up some stuff. And I hope that it pushes you to switch up some things. And watch this. And if you care, you will switch up. I promise you. After you listen to what I'm about to tell you, if you really care, you really love the person that you're with, you will switch up some things because I want to give you something to think about, right? But let's go ahead and get started. This is what I need you to do. You guys have been so amazing on the podcast platform, Spotify, and also iHeartRadio. I appreciate you guys. AOS the podcast. Go ahead and subscribe. This is what I need you to do. I need you to hit the little square button with the arrow up top on the right-hand side. Hit that button. Share this text it to your friends. Text it. Text it out, right? Find the episode that really speaks to you, that resonates with you, and send that out. Copy the link, put it on your social media page, your Facebook page, your Twitter page. I need y'all to help us reach the masses because I truly believe, listen, we almost 50 episodes in. We working, y'all. So listen, it's crazy. I believe that we have a message here at AOS the podcast that's really helping people out, that's changing people's lives, that's helping people in their relationship, and just helping people in their everyday life. I truly believe that. So that's what I need you to do. I need you to go ahead and share this thing. Go to Instagram, AOS.inspires, also YouTube, AOS.inspires. And if you go to any social media platform, all you have to do is type in AOS the podcast and we will pop up. I promise you. That's how we have put it into the algorithm, when we post and, all our hashtags, type in AOS the podcast, we'll pop right on up. And we have a message. I believe that we really do have a good message that I believe this is a space that nobody else is really tapping into, really. I mean, you have some people that's tapping into relationships, but not in the angle that I believe that we're tapping into this thing. We're being crazy consistent. I want to give a shout out to all of the people on the gram that's following us in the last month and 2 weeks. By the time you see this, it's probably at 500, but in the last month and 2 weeks, we have grown over 400 new followers. Clap it up for that. Let's go. That's really big right there. 400 authentic, organic followers, and this is crazy, real followers that really engage with our content. And this is the biggest part. We have not paid for no advertising yet. It's just been straight videos. That's it. And I got to drop this on y'all real fast before we get into the podcast. When this book drops, we're dropping a new book. We're finishing up all the details on how we're going to execute this thing. And when y'all see this content for this book, oh my gosh, get on the bandwagon. The book is entitled, and we're going to do a pivotal shift for a month. We're going to hit this topic hard. The book is entitled A Game Plan to Not Become a Statistic. And we're going to really hit that hard. It's for college students, high school students, middle school students. It could be for adults as well, but we really want to gear towards the students. And the reason for this book is really geared for people that you have a plan, you have a goal, but you're connected to the wrong people. So you never hit that goal. You never hit that plan. Why? Because the people that you're with are not in alignment with what you want to do in life. So since they're not in alignment, what happens is they hold you back, or they make you redirect your vision, or redirect your thinking, or redirect what you really want to do. And listen, I can't wait for that book to drop. And what we're doing is, I'm going to just give you a quick snippet. because people that's listening to this now are really AOS the podcast fans, and I want to drop this on you first. What we're going to do for the book is we're going to have the book physically in the next couple weeks. We're going to physically have the book, but it's not going to be live until the end of summer. And the reason we're doing that is because the school year budgets are cut at the end of the year. They don't have no budget. So we want to be more effective the first semester or the first day of school. We're going to hit it hard during the summer. We're going to go to different group homes. We have some content for you that, we got some interviews from some kids. We're going to be doing some stuff. We're going to be outside, for real. This is going to change our company's lives, and I believe that it's going to change a lot of people's lives. And one thing I've discovered is parents don't mind investing into their children when it's something that they can benefit from, the children can benefit from, right? So I truly believe, without a shadow of a doubt, that this book is going to be beneficial to kids all across the world. And I'm excited about that. So just be on the lookout for that. We're going to start rolling out some stuff really, really soon in the next 2 months. We're going to start rolling out some stuff. The summertime, we're going to be outside. We're going to be working. But let's get to working. So this podcast is brought to you by Winning After a Major Loss, another publication that we wrote in 2016 that we sold hundreds of copies of. Go get you a copy right now on barnesandnoble.com and also amazon.com. Search Winning After a Major Loss. All right, so let's go ahead and get started into this podcast. I'm excited about this podcast because I really believe that if you really digest the words that I'm going to say and you really digest the message, I believe that your life will be better. I believe that you will look at things a lot better. Shout out to Shawanda, one of our biggest supporters of the podcast. Shout out to Will. I appreciate you, man, for all of your support. Also, shout out to Mr. Eric White. We're working on some formalities as far as our podcast because we have some amazing guests lined up. As I told you, we have some amazing guests lined up. However, we're trying to get the proper equipment because I don't want to just bring you anything. Now, with the quality that we have right now, it's okay. It's okay. This is full HD. What you're looking at us now, this is full HD. But we want some 4K cameras, and actually altogether we need about 4K cameras. We already have the ATM Mini, the switcher board. That was about $500, but it's like $1,000 per camera. So we want to do it all the way right. We don't want to half do it because especially Eric White has an amazing message, an amazing testimony that I believe that it shift the thinking of people, shift the minds of people, more importantly, shift the hearts of people that listen to his story. His story is a phenomenal, it's an amazing story. And this is the thing too. I believe that so many people are battling with what he battled with or what he conquered in silence. And I don't want to give a presentation, and I'm going to be all the way honest. Now, if you want to contribute, you listen, I want to drop about $10,000 on AOS the podcast. Just go ahead and send us a message, and we'll make sure that we get you in contact with the right people that we can receive those funds. We greatly appreciate it. But I don't want to, and I'm going to just stay on this for a brief second. I'm going to move to the podcast. But I don't want to do a presentation that's not all the way of my status, or not status, but what I like, my caliber of quality that I like. Why? Because he has an amazing message, and the other people that is lined up to be on the podcast interview, they have an amazing message, and I don't want it to be diluted because of the quality. Now, I'm not saying that my full HD is bad. No, it's not bad, but 4K will make you pay attention even more, right? So we want to make sure that we do it all the way right. We want to have the angles, we have the different camera views, and we just want to do it right. I believe that the way that you come in the game would be the way that you sustain in the game, period, right? I don't think that this is bad quality, but when you begin to put this as from one camera, you begin to put this as an interview with two people, that's just me. Many of you are like, just go ahead and do it. Get another mic like you got now, and y'all just have one camera, one angle. We need to hear. I get you. But for me, right? I understand. We're grinding hard like this, but for me, I want to make sure that we produce the best quality possible. And when you hear his story, you can be like, oh, I see what you're talking about. All right, so let's get started. This is a big one, right? I feel like I've been talking for about 30 minutes already. Ladies, got to start with the ladies first. Ladies, do you really recognize your man holds tight in the back of his mind of the criticism and the arguments that you give to him? The criticism and the arguments, right? Ladies, do you really recognize, and I know, why you always targeting the ladies? Because I got to. Because ladies, women, you have so much power. Listen to my first podcast that I produced. Do women recognize the power of their words? Like, that's powerful. That's still, I was looking at the analytics. That's still one of the most popular podcasts, right? Women, do you really recognize the words that you speak are so powerful, right? Ladies, the words that you speak to your man, he holds it tight in the back of his mind. All of the criticisms, all of the arguments, right? And it's crazy because men will hold your criticism in the back of his mind. Prime example, I met this guy and his wife used to always say to him, "Oh, you act all big and bad and you want to fight," now he didn't fight her, but she was like, "You want to get mad at me and talk bad to me, but you don't do that in public, or you don't do that to nobody else." So what happened on this particular day, some guy said something to him and he went over the edge and beat him up, right? All because of what she said, which she could have controlled in private. You may feel that way, but like put a muzzle on that thing, right? I'm not saying that you can't express how you really feel, but because what you said out of an emotional state caused this man to do something, I'm going to drop this on you, and I'm going to give you a good story, a real good story, right? Because it's old. But men would do almost anything to look like a man in front of their woman. Period. Like, that's facts. That's facts. I'm going to give you a quick story. Not a quick story. I'm going to give you a breakdown of it. But men will do anything to look like the man in their wife's eyes, or in their woman's eyes, their lady's eyes, their girlfriend eyes, or a woman. Like, for example, if you try to buck bag, I'm going to tell you a story. This is a personal story. This is a true story, right? I'm going to give it to you in a minute. Let me warm up right quick. But a man will show how masculine he is in front of his woman if he feels disrespected. Period. I don't care if the guy is 6'10" or Shaq size and your guy is Muggsy Bogues size, 150 pounds soaking wet with some work boots on. He in front of his woman, he's going to show you what time it is. He may get stomped out, but he's going to still try to show you what time it is. Why? Because men will always show their masculinity in front of their women. It does not make him weak. He does not want to look weak in front of his woman. So, what are you saying? Women, do you really realize how much power you have? Listen, a man will do anything to prove to his woman XYZ, whatever that is. He will show that he's not weak. He will show that he's strong. He will show that he's not a chump. When I say a chump, right? I've seen the guy that does not fight or can't fight get in a fight for his woman to prove to his woman that I got your back. Swim, sink, lose, win, or draw, I got your back. If it causes me to lose my life, I'm going to show you that I got your back. And with that information, women, if you've really understood, I hope you guys get it. I hope you ladies get it. If you understood how much power you really have, you will begin to distribute that power in a more, responsible way. I need you to start using that power in a more responsible way. Listen, if you use your words to build him up, imagine all the things that he can accomplish. Imagine how much better your life would be, right? But let me drop this. Small-minded women will not understand the qualities or the great traits or the great benefit, should I say. Small-minded women will not understand the great benefit of building their man up, period. Small-minded women. He need to build himself up. No. That's your job. You are the helpmate. Let me put this right fast, because Dr. R.A. Vernon said this in a podcast and it was so deep. What do you bring to a man that he can't do for himself? He doesn't need your money, right? Now we're talking about a real solid man. Now we ain't talking about a razzle dazzle brother that wants your money. No, we're talking about a solid dude. What can you do for a man that he can't do for himself? He can cook. He can clean, and if he can't clean, he'll hire somebody to clean. If he can't cook, he'll go get some Uber Eats. He'll go to a restaurant. Sex, he can please himself. What do you bring to the table other than sex that a man needs you for? Like, really think about it. I'm not trying to degrade no women, and because you got to really understand this. Most men are not scared to tell their women this. I want you. I don't need you. That's real. Men will stand up and tell their women this. Real talk. I want you, ladies. You got to realize in a relationship, a real man is not scared to tell you this. I want you. I don't need you. That's real. But you can get yourself to a place, ladies, if you understand this, understand your mindset shift, you can get yourself to a place where he needs you and not just wants you. Right? And the reason I say that, because most men are in relationships. A real man will speak up and say, baby, I want you, but I don't need you. But like I said, ladies, and it's not an oxymoron, you can put yourself in position where he needs you and not just wants you. Because it's not every day you will find a woman that's willing to take care of you after you guys had a crazy argument. You're not gonna find that. I've seen situations where they get in a crazy argument and the woman like, you know what, you find out how you're gonna eat yourself, and she just cooked for herself. Or she makes sure she's straight and she makes sure the kids are straight. She doesn't make sure that you're straight, right? So the whole understanding of relationship is to make yourself, or even let's look at it from a job perspective. Your position at a job is to make yourself so valuable that maybe I can be replaced. Like, let's really look at that. Maybe I can be replaced, but I won't be easily replaced. Let's look at that. Maybe I can be replaced, but I can't be easily replaced. And if you lose me, watch this. If you lose me, you're going to feel that you lost me. But ladies, let me share this with you. Ladies, I need you to get to a place where the brother doesn't, he can't say that I want you, but I don't need you. No. I need you to get to the place where where he says, I need you. I need you. Now, watch this. The reason I say that, because you won't find a woman just anywhere that can speak life to her guy. You just won't find it just anywhere. You won't find this type of quality just going, let's go to the club, and you find a woman and she's the type of woman that it's out there, but you just don't find it just like a drop of a dime, a lay of a hat. You don't find it that fast. However, a woman that can speak life to her guy, right? That can lift him up, that can make him feel, let me paint this picture real fast. A woman that can make her guy feel like he can conquer the world and he doesn't have a dime. That's a woman that you need, period, right? I told you this on previous podcasts that a good woman can take a man and help him reach that $1 million status in a year, where by himself it took him 4 years without the woman. Ladies, I need you to be that woman. I need you to be that woman that now I'm not saying that, okay, and it's unrealistic thinking. I need you to live so he won't be so stressed out. It's going to be like that because you have feelings too. There's needs that you need. I'm not just talking sexually, but there's needs that you need. I need you to spend quality time with me. I need us to sit down and talk. I need us to cuddle. I need us to spend intimate times together where we're talking about deep things. You need that, right? So as a result, when you don't get what you need, women, when you don't get what you need, you nitpick a lot. Y'all, Jimmy Crack Corn, I don't care. I'm gonna keep it all the way funky with y'all. You nitpick, right? There's certain things that happens when you don't get what you need, especially with a man. When a man doesn't get what he needs, there's certain things that goes wrong in relationships. Period. That's real. But talking to the women right now, women, you possess so much power. I get it. When you get in an argument with your guy and you criticize him about whatever, whether it's about financials, whether it's about something physical, whether it's about his job, whatever criticism, and I'm not talking about a constructive criticism. I'm talking about a negative criticism. When you criticize this guy about anything, this sticks at the back of his mind. It does. And what happens is he may act on it sooner or later, but he's going to act on it. So he can prove to you, and I get it, you say whatever you say, and he seems unbothered, but every man is bothered by what you say negatively. Like for real, get with me. Every man is bothered by what you say to him negatively. If you say something to him positively, or you give him some affirmation of faith, it helps him out in life. But when you say something to him negatively, that affects him. And this goes the same for guys. But what I want to share with you is statistics share with us that more women would say something disrespectful before the man says something disrespectful. A man, he would say something disrespectful too, but that's generally coming from the woman first. Now, you have some situations where the woman is humble. She doesn't say anything disrespectful. This guy says something disrespectful. You have certain cases, case-by-case scenario. But statistically proven, it shows that women, and the reason it's like that, I was reading the statistic, and the reason it's like that, because most women can't physically beat the man. So since I can't physically beat you, I will beat you mentally. That's not me. That's statistics, right? So women usually say things that hit below the belt. Why? Because they know that will get him to a place or make him feel a way that she really wants him to feel, whether it's right or wrong. And on this other side of the spectrum, statistically proven, men use money as their power of influence to get the woman to do what they want to do. That's just how it is. How can we marry the two to be healthy? This is how we marry the two to be healthy. You can marry the two to be healthy because the woman, she's going to speak positive and not negative to you. And men, you're going to show her that this money that I have is for us and not for me to use leverage over you so that I can control you. But let's get to this. Ladies, as I said, when you use criticism or any kind of criticism, or let's erase the criticism for a moment. A man always wants to look like he's the macho or the head macho or this guy in front of you, right? Case in point. I'm going to give you my story and I'm gone, right? So years ago, I think I was about 24, 25. No, I wasn't 25. I was about 23, 24, around about that age. Plenty of money. I mean, when I tell you I had plenty of it. Didn't have no bills, no children. No, I wasn't in a relationship. I was single. I was a merchant marine. Like, I had money. Like, I remember we came back from overseas one time and I took all my friends out. This is my club days. We went to the club. Right, went to a few clubs. I went to the bank, never forget, went to Bank of America, right there in Chesapeake, right? Went to Bank of America. I took out $10,000 cash, right? I had plenty of money. I mean, plenty of money, right? For that age. I wish I understood financial literacy the way I understand it now. Life would be different. However, had money then, right? Took out $10,000. I got $3,000 in ones, right? Bowling. I thought I was bowling. We went to one club one night, went to 3 clubs, right? Went to one club one night, had the $1,000 in ones. And, one point in the club, we just, hey, turn it up. I'm just letting the air out, letting it rain, right? $1,000 of ones in the air. Matter of fact, this was before the era where making it rain was popular, right? No strip club, just a regular club. This was before the era of, making it rain was popular. The security guard came to me on the first club, and I had already threw all the ones up anyway. So he came to me and he was like, hey, I need you to stop. I'm like, for what? He said, I need you to stop because you may create a riot. People may start fighting to pick up the money. Okay. So that was that day. So I'm balling. I'm living life, right? Blowing money. So on this other particular day, I took out all my friends and they had some friends, so I took them as well. Got in the club, paid extra to get in the club, got a VIP section. This was before VIP sections was popular. Got a VIP section, right? And I'm leading to a story, so follow me here. So we got into the club, and this one particular guy, he wasn't really my friend. I knew him, but he wasn't my friend. He was a friend of a friend, right? And at the end of the night, he needed a ride home. And I told him, I said, I got you, big dog. I got you. See, I didn't drink back then. I didn't really drink. So everybody else drunk. I was the designated driver because I've always been like this. I never wanted to be in a position where I wasn't in control of driving. I always wanted to be in control of driving because when I was ready to go, I'm ready to go, period, right? So we leave. Everybody about to leave. I'm about to go where I'm about to go. Everybody else, we met at my guy. We went back to my guy's house. Everybody about to go their way. And where he lives, we were in Chesapeake, the place called Ipswich. No, not Ipswich. We was in Camelot at this time. He lived in Suffolk, which was about a good 25, 30-minute ride. And he needed a ride home. And at first I was like, I got you. I'll take you home. No problem. He was like, no, I'm good. I said, no, I got you. He said, you sure, man? I said, yes. He said, matter of fact, let me give you some money. Keyword. I had money. He said, let me give you some money for gas. I said, no, you good, man. Don't worry about it. He said, no, man, I got to give it to you because you're looking out. I said, nah, man, I'm good. Don't worry about it. I don't need it. So he insists. He gives it to me anyway. All right, so I take it. It was $20, right? So I took it. I tried to give it back to him. He wouldn't take it. He wouldn't give it back. He gave it to me. All right, cool, right? So dropped them off. A few days later, my friends asked me, why did you let him play you like that? I said, what are you talking about? I just threw $1,000 in the air, right? You saw it. We all saw it, right? What are you talking about? He said he gave you a fake 20. I said, what? Gave you a fake 20. So the 20 was fake. So what happened was, the backstory to that was he had a business, right? And he sold Air Force Ones. So at this time, they used to get Air Force Ones from the fake ones from New York. And he had a big block load of them. And what happened was, no. What happened was he thought they were real, but they were fake. He paid $3,500 for them, right? And he bought the real ones. I'm messing the story up. He bought some real ones. And somebody came by to buy all of the inventory that he had, right? And they paid $3,500 for the shoes. That's the story. They paid $3,500 for all the shoes that he had. That's how many shoes he had in his inventory. But what happened was they paid $3,500 in fake bills. All the bills was fake. That's the backstory to how he had the fake money, right? So he gave me $20 of the fake of the fake $3,500 that he received. So, and I'm still on track because I'm telling you that men will try to do anything to look like a man in front of their woman. So I'm like, what? And at this time, I'm a jazzy talker. Like, I'm a real jazzy talker back then. I'm cocky, arrogant, everything you can think about, that was me at that time, right? So what happened was, I saw this guy, when they told me about the $20 bill, I was a little bit upset because I told him I'm good. So I felt like I was played. And that's another thing. When you're connected to the wrong people, they will boost your head up in an area that doesn't need to be boosted up. You could have let that thing go. I should have let it go. I had money. Well, it doesn't matter. $20 bill. Okay, cool. So I didn't call him anything like that. So on this particular day, we were at 7-Eleven. I had no business being at 7-Eleven at 11 o'clock at night. It's a you guys know 7-Eleven gas station, right? I go to get some water and some paper because I was a rapper back then, right? So I saw him. I pulled up in my Magnum. So I'm in the store. I'm at the cash register. I never forget this day. This day running my head. So I'm at the cash register paying for my stuff, and I hear his voice walks in. And I'm into giving my money to the cashier. And I'm hearing his voice. I said, oh man, that's the old buddy. Cool. So I get my stuff. I walk out the store, go to my car, right? Loud music playing and everything. I got a Dodge Magnum. That's when the Magnum first dropped. I'm looking good, feeling good, all that good stuff, all to be off, right? He comes out and sees me. Hey, what's up, man? I said, nah, man, no, what's up, me? I'm jazzy at this time now. I'm a lot humble now. Jazzy at this time. So I'm like, hey, that's what broke people do. Try to give people fake 20. So, I'm saying some other stuff, right? That's affecting his ego at the time. Now, remember, I told you that guys would do anything in front of their ladies to look like a man. Girlfriend was there. So what does he proceed to do? I'm talking so much trash to him. I'm talking so much trash about him in front of his girlfriend, right? What does he proceed to do? This guy, now I'm thinking that it was over with because she grabbed him and, I said some more disrespectful stuff to him. I was heated at the time. Arrogant, cocky. That was my steel back then, right? So he walks back to the car. I'm thinking that it's all done. So I'm backing up. I'm looking at my rearview mirror, focused, trying to back up, make sure I hit nobody. Next thing I know, my window's down, my music's playing. I didn't hear him. I didn't see him because I'm focused on backing up. Next thing I know, he comes to my window, boom, hits me in my face. Wow. I told you, ego will always make a man do something that he normally wouldn't do if his woman wasn't present. Hits me, okay? So the person that I am at that time, I played no games, 0 games. Pushed the car back up in park, turned the car, got out, handled business. That's it. I did what I had to do. Now, I'm going to tell you this. I'm not a fighter, but I've only been in maybe 3 fights in my life. Never lost a fight. One was a draw. Other 2 was a straight win, right? That one that I'm talking about was not a draw. That was a definite win, period. But that's nothing to brag about now. I'm looking at it now. I'm looking at it from a different ocular lens. I just wanted to bring this point up to you all because, ladies, what you say to your man affects him in some type of area later on how. Now, listen, if he was with a woman that affirmed him and said, baby, you don't listen, come on, are you serious? Now, I'm not talking about when the situation happened. I'm talking about previous to this happening. If he was with the woman that affirmed him before that, his response would have been totally different. I promise you, because this is crazy. If you're with a woman that's always criticized, you don't do that to anybody else, or you weak, you're not a man, you whatever. When he gets the opportunity to prove to her that he is a man, he's going to prove it to her. However, if he's with the woman that's always affirming him, you're great, and I love it. You don't have to prove who you are to nobody. You're valuable, whatever. She begins to affirm him. When situations like this come up, he won't feel the need to try to prove his masculinity. Why? Because I'm already affirmed by myself, but then my woman, she affirms me as well. Ladies, you have so much power over your criticism to your guy. The reason I say that because he holds that near and dear to his heart. He may not show to you that what you said to him bothers him or affects him at that moment, right? And it may pass over. You guys may get over that moment and, things may be looking better and you guys are laughing and lovey-dovey. But, ladies, what you say to him does affect him. He may not display it, but he will display it in another manner. And if you care enough about your guy, you will switch up and change the words that you say to him. Even if you feel like cussing this guy out. Even if you feel like calling him stupid, even if you feel like calling him weak, whatever, even if you feel like that, you will muzzle your words and speak life to this guy. Because watch this. This is crazy. I'm done. If you begin to speak words of life to him, you will see how his life will be better and your life will be better and your relationship will be better. I get it. He's the lead. He's the head. He leads the relationship. I get it. But ladies, your power of your words is so impactful that it would change his life forever. But the question that I want to ask you before I leave, do you care enough? I love you guys. This is Mr. AOS Inspires. This is AOS the podcast. Now, I'll holler at you ladies and fellas next week. Let's go.